Welcome to the School of Counseling and the Clinical Mental Health Counseling Program. We're excited that you're with us for this journey into the field of professional counseling. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about my journey. My name is Dr. Harvey Payne, Dean of the School of Counseling, and been married for over 35 years to the love of my life, Heidi. We have 3 grown children, and really about 30 years ago, we were traveling from the East Coast to Denver, Colorado to enter a Master's of Counseling program. And I can still remember both the excitement of starting a new journey, a new adventure, and the anxiety of, will I be able to do this? Who's going to be there along the journey with me? And will I have a job at the end of the journey? Especially in light that my wife was 5 months pregnant at the time. And I'm sure each one of you comes to this program with different levels of excitement, different concerns that you have about how to get through the program. And I want to let you know that faculty, your advisors, myself, we're here for you to help support you as you go through the journey. After I graduated from my master's program in counseling, it was actually a time in which the state I started to practice in, which was Pennsylvania, didn't even have a license for master's level counseling. Very different today, where every state has a license for counselors. And in my 30-year career, I have worked in all types of nonprofit agencies, hospitals, residential facilities, group homes, various populations, and eventually ended up doing primarily consultations and supervisions until the mid-2000s, when I actually, if you will, sort of switched from a full-time practice career in counseling to an academic work in counseling, to now being Dean here at Divine Mercy University in the School of Counseling. As you work through the program, one of the frustrations that some students have is, but I want to specialize in this area, or I really want to know about this population. And all masters in counseling are really entry-level degrees that really teach you the core skills and knowledge that you're going to need for almost all the different types of counseling that you'll be doing. But the areas of specialty are typically developed during your supervision once you graduate, and then as you begin on your own to focus in on different populations, different types of disorders. And over the years, my focus has been with children, especially children with neurodevelopmental disorders such as autism, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and then working with couples and families and helping them specifically within areas of relationship and parenting. In addition, I've been blessed to be able to work internationally with agencies, with the United Nations, in areas such as Kuwait and Saudi Arabia and Kazakhstan. I'd like to talk a little bit about the mission of our School of Counseling. And for all the exact details, you can read that in your student program handbook on the website. What I really want to focus in is the heart and soul of our mission. And we're really about helping you to develop into this deep sense of identity as a professional counselor who's really able, because of your knowledge, your skills, and who you are, to competently, culturally effectively, sensitively, and ethically help people in the depths of their struggles to really understand their own resources and strengths, both inwardly and resources from the outside, and especially for our program, understanding resources of faith and how using those strengths, they can really flourish regardless of the struggles that they have. And beyond just what people typically think of, which is working with somebody in an office, to look beyond those walls to really advocating for social justice for all people. Obviously, you could have picked lots of different programs, good programs, for getting your master's in counseling. And I'd like to talk about just 3 things that I think are critical to understand that are different about our program. One is we have a focus on what we call authentic learning. Yes, there's textbooks to read, there's papers, but the primary focus of what you will be doing is learning those knowledge pieces, those skills, those ways of being that are the things you're actually going to do day to day as a professional counselor. That's what we call authentic learning, learning that is authentic to what you're actually going to be doing. And we've worked very hard in all of our courses to bring that in so that you're always thinking about, what am I going to do? How does this impact who I will be as a counselor? The second thing that we've done is many counseling courses and programs provide a wide smattering of knowledge and skills, and often students end up with knowing a whole lot, but not knowing exactly what to do. In fact, there's a term in the research for that, the imposter syndrome. I've graduated, they tell me I'm a counselor, I feel like I'm faking it. And so one of the things that we've done is focus on some core basic skills and basic tasks. And from the first course through the last course, we're going to help you work on those, know how to do it, feel competent to do it, so that when you leave, there'll be less of that feeling of being an imposter. And those are skills from just basically how to really hear somebody, how to provide deep empathy, how to fully understand in a comprehensive way a person. And we're going to have you work on that every single course as you go throughout the program. The third thing that we believe that's different and is a powerful, not just additive component, but a foundational component of who we are, is the Catholic Christian metamodel or vision of the person. And what do we mean by that? We mean that every single person has dignity, has goodness, and that needs to be respected regardless of who they are, what they do, their situation, their struggle. And that for us comes from a deep faith in the Catholic Christian worldview. The second thing that we hold very dear is that individuals are just not disjointed parts that are collected together, but that people are whole persons who, if you can really fully understand as this whole person and hear their voice, you'll begin to hear these desires for the good. And those desires for the good are there regardless of how disordered or confused they may be in trying to seek that good. And so we really try to find that and highlight that and help people develop that. We also believe that understanding your vocation, your call to that good life, the good, your call to family, your call to work, to play, to leisure, purpose, to worship, that living fully those vocations are significant in helping people flourish. The last one I want to talk about within our Catholic Christian model is that every single person has the capacity, has the free agency to develop character strengths that can make a profound difference in their life. We call them virtues. And that as people struggle, as people face challenges, there really can be this ongoing development of these character strengths that help them to live out their callings, to live the good life.